Hey everybody, it's Anadrakon. Welcome back to GU. You may be wondering why I'm on this particular screen instead of on the desktop where we probably left off last time. That's because this video is just tips and tricks for leveling up. Unfortunately for now, it's going to be kind of slow, kind of fast, I don't know. This one's just talking about memoir. Basically, it's records of past cutscenes that you've seen. So, yeah, it's basically just past cutscenes that you have. If you started playing on a different disc than the first one, like I did initially, the memoirs are still there, so you can go back and view every cutscene and whatnot. There are other kind of ways to watch cutscenes. I mean, this isn't cutscene, but this is kind of like what happened during the cutscenes. Anyway, first off, you want to select your party of Syllabus and Gaspard if you're doing this normally. When you're leveling or going to go out and level, make sure you bring a party. Just period. Make sure you bring a party. Because this is again just the first time we've logged in, it's going to be another tutorial kind of deal, so select the item by pressing X, select the equipment by pressing square to view information, and select an item or equipment and press triangle to trash it. This is the level. It's basically a star level. 1 is it's everywhere, 2 uncommon, 3 rare, 4 ultra rare, 5 4 super rare, 5 ultra rare. 5-star items you cannot trash, and unfortunately there's a lot of them that you will get, so you're pretty much stuck with them for a while. I have had some issue switching between equipment and such in the past, so if I suddenly cannot go to like equipment to check out stuff or whatnot, it's just an issue with the controller. It'll probably be fixed between recording sessions. If not, yeah. Health drink restores an ally's HP by 100. Spirit Drop restores an ally's SP by 50. That doesn't necessarily mean it has to be one of the other 2 people. You can use it on yourself. Getting into the different item types, ones that have like stars next to them, like the 4-point star, those are generally restorative. Ones that have this kind of flash are attack scrolls, and then ones with this like pot item are status effects. The different equipment, we can equip this, just not right now. Key items, things that we'll need in the game at various points in time. We don't have any right now, so yeah. I don't have a lot of gold, so I can't really get what I want. Okay, actually, now that I think about it, this is going to be important for making money as well, so let's ignore that. Area words. There are 4 different types of areas. Technically, there's only 2, but each of them have 2 different types of mission. So, 4. I'm going to talk about that now. There's field and dungeon. Each of these areas can have the mission defeat the boss or get the treasure. Dungeons will have bosses in them. Yes, you heard me right. I generally prefer defeat the boss on the field kind of dungeons. There we go. Ooh. Okay, when you're making a field or dungeon, you will generally want to keep your item or the area level one, maybe two above yours. Now, there we go. That's what I was looking for. The reason for this is because while it's going to be slightly difficult, you will, in fact, actually probably end up at the same level by the end of it. For fields, you want to keep it 2. You're probably only going to make 1. But that's not necessarily the case. If you get knocked over by an enemy, if you hit like X when you go to get up, you will actually knock them back or disorient them if they're close to you. Also, you will pull off a lot of Rengekes. So much so that you'll probably be out of SP close to the end of it, your first attack mission. But that's a good thing, because you also are going to get a lot of bonus experience. Also, they do restore SP on their own. As you can see by the 90 points. Let's see if I can't manage to do this again. Yay! A lot left. I guess I should go ahead and do equipment. Haseo will actually wear heavy armor. But your other characters, who I apparently cannot look at right now, will not. You can customize stuff. With interesting things like that. Now, on the map you can see that the treasure chest that we just opened is now crossed out. That's to inform you that there's no more treasure there. I'll see you when I get to the boss, though, since there's probably not going to be too many new things here. Actually, there's something before the boss that I need to show you. You see that little drop thing over in the distance? Let's go to it. Now, what's this? It's a metal wind-up toy on the ground. Let's talk to it. Mecha Grunt.
What is this, a robot?
Course unknown, fuel insufficient, functions shut down, emergency landing. Passing life form detected. Begin fuel request. Beep. Hey bro, be a bud. Give me some gym sphere, please.
You'll have to save him 30 times in each game. Each time he asks for 1 extra chim sphere, so you go from 5 to like 35. Let's just, off screen I got some chim spheres before I came over. So let's give him some chim. Doing this results in... Yes! An item. They're not always good items, but they're items nonetheless, and you can generally sell them for money. So, now I will meet you over at the boss. Okay, there's another thing that I should show before going over to him. This thing. The lucky animal. As we're about to get talked to about. This mysterious animal is known as Lucky Animal that lives in this area. Approach it and kick it to receive various blessings. However, there are also unlucky animals that bring bad luck. They have the angry symbol on top of their heads. You'll see that later in games they'll get like question marks like that above their head.
So the day that I lose a race has come. Yes, this is all part of life. Let me give you a hand. Here.
Unlucky animals you want to kick, but they'll run after you as well. If they hit you, you get the blessing. If you kick them, they will just run away, and you won't have to deal with them. So it's a good idea to kick both sets. This elephant is, let me see if I can call it. Save from game over. Nope. I was wrong. Max and HP and SP will be increased for the next 5 battles. Would have been nice to get that at the start, wouldn't it? As you can see, the trees that are shaking, these have chim-chims in them. I'm not gonna kick them for now. I'm gonna see if I can find one. There it is. Those barrels, these are like the field items that you want to kick. You kick it, and they'll always have an item in them. Useful. Sorry for not going over to him, but I wanted to see. These guys will generally give you nice items. They'll give you coupons, which you can use in guild shops to decrease the price of the desired item by 1%. You can use as many as you want, up to the maximum of 50 that you can carry. As I'll show right now. They say rarity of 4 stars. They're not that rare. Every time you talk to an NPC in a field or dungeon, they'll give you one. So, they're not rare. Bosses like this will stand still, so it's very easy to get surprise attacks on them, but at the same time they're very tough. They give a lot of experience for being that tough though, so bum rush! Literally. We attack his bum, we rush his bum. You might see that I occasionally do some extra damage. That's because I have a fire thing on, fire attribute on mine now. You will always get Rengekis on bosses, and you will get multiple Rengekis. But they're so mean that even if you block, you will take damage. And that's something that hasn't been talked about yet. Off screen I equipped a minus 10% physical damage on my chest plate, so I take 10% less damage from it. Also, when they've got Rengekis on, they will not attack. Nice. I don't know. I'll take it. As I said, a lot of experience, plus the Rengeki bonus. And remember what I said about ending off on about the same level that the area is, Haseo just leveled up to level 6. Pretty darn fast at leveling, if you ask me. You'll also notice that I have nearly double the amount of money that I had when I came in. Low levels, you're not going to get a lot of money, you're not going to spend a lot of money on things. It's okay to not have a lot of money. Another quick note, if you talk to these guys too many times, they will actually warp out. They may also warp out on their own accord, though generally they stay at their platform for a long while. As you see, I also missed a bit of, I missed a successful surprise attack. I was like 2 seconds away from being able to get that one. Oh well, I still got a word. I guess that's it for leveling tips and tricks. Quick note though, the fairy's orb that we got, it will find the location of all objects in the area. This basically allows you to see, if you go into a dungeon that doesn't show you the floor map, it'll show you one floor map per fairy orb use. Very useful. You also see that I have a lot more items now. I'm just gonna quickly go over a few more of these. The ones that have like a glowing, sparkling sword on them are customized sword equipment. They're basically to customize your weapons. The ones that have like this shell next to them is for armor, and the ones that have a potion next to them are they're usable. I just don't know how to explain them. Because their uses are so varied. I guess you could call them miscellaneous. You'll also see that I got some more things. I believe you have to... Yeah, you have to be the required level to use the items that you get. Unlike in the first trilogy, in the first series, where you could use any level. Okay, here we are in the harbor. Or, no, this is the mercenary district, sorry. I'll highlight that for you now, although you should be able to see the blinking red arrow. We're here because I've got one more trick to show you. We want to go to the magic item shop. Now you'll see trade and magic. You want to go to magic. Now you'll see that there's these 4 up at the top. We don't care about them. What we care about are these. The really expensive scrolls at the bottom. Each scroll in this area of the game is 3,000, and it will teach you a new skill. These skills can actually be taught to any party member. So, normally I'd say wait until, like, end the game to get them, so that you don't, have to bother with teaching it to everyone. But you get more party members in the next game in this trilogy. So you're constantly coming back and forth. So it's like, get a new party member, get them the new scrolls. Not every party member is going to need the new scroll. So it's a good idea to get them as you need them. Really. You'll go through and you'll notice that, Avalanche learn this and that. Go through, see what each one has, and, it'll, that'll help you to minimize waste money, I should say. If you somehow miscalculate or whatever, later in the game you'll get an option to sell them for a decent amount of profit. And in fact, the way that you make the profit in this game is very simplistic, but it takes a bit of time, and most of the time I'm actually over full. So if you hear me, when we get to that point, if you hear me going, "Oh, come on, take more," that's why. I'm always full on inventory. And it actually kind of irks me. For now, since we've only got, the one thing, I'm not going to, since we only have enough for one of them, I'm not going to buy any of them. Later in the game, I'll let you know when or if I buy any of them. Although I do advise, Repth or possibly Antidote Scroll. The good ones are the top ones. These at the bottom are just attack. They're basically these, only they use SP instead of the money that you get. I guess that's about it for this episode. Well, we'll see you next time on GU. But quickly, before we end this off, this is a battle area. They're located in fields and occasionally dungeons. It's basically just a blue circle like what you would normally be in, but inside it are other people. Yes, since it's a multiplayer game that you're playing, technically speaking, you will see these around randomly. This is a battle area. It indicates that a player is fighting against monsters or other players. Come in contact with the wall of the battle area to help them out, but once you enter, you cannot go out until you defeat the enemy. Because it's the first time we've encountered one, and I'm going to show everything, let's go in, and hope to God that it doesn't kill us. We're probably screwed. Nope. Mages will block a lot when you go to attack them. But they're also fairly easy to defeat. They always drop items. Also, as a consolation prize, if you can keep the person alive, they will give you an item, generally useless, and a coupon, not so useless. However, if you go into battle, you unfortunately lose people like that. Fat worm will give you money. That's what this lucky animal is. Come back here. These are always worth finding, especially because they are so nice. Now that that's over with, yeah. No! I will see you next video.